Hi guys and welcome to Gadget Reviews and to this news, reaction, commentary on the Hugh Jackman's hints at Wolverine return in the MCU. So guys, we're going to look at the Variety article and we are going to discuss how plausible it is for Hugh Jackman to return to Wolverine in the MCU, no less. So let's see the article now. And I have it actually here already written by awesome text-to-speech device. Shout out to all the Warhammer fans out there. So let's see what the article say. Unfortunately, I cannot scroll it here in the browser of OBS. I'm not sure why. But okay, let's hear it.
Wolverine. Jackman has become synonymous with the X-Men character after Hugh
Okay.
Jackman's Instagram story indicates that he may return as Wolverine in the MCU, posting Wolverine fan art and a picture with Kevin Feige. Hugh Jackman seems to be teasing that he's joining the MCU as Wolverine. Jackman has become synonymous with the X-Men character after playing the mutant for nearly 20 years. Jackman has since retired from playing Wolverine, with his character dying at the end of 2017's Logan. While Jackman's days as Wolverine seem to have come to an end, the X-Men franchise isn't going away anytime soon. After numerous delays, last year's New Mutants ended Fox's X-Men series on a low note. Kevin Feige confirmed at South Dakota CC 2019 that the X-Men would eventually be introduced to the MCU, and Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is the only character not being rebooted after Disney acquired 20th Century Fox. For the past few years, there has been speculation on who would replace Jackman as Wolverine, but now it looks like Marvel might not need to hire a new actor. In Jackman's recent Instagram story, the actor seemingly teased that he
So
may
funny.
return as Wolverine. Two images involving Marvel appeared on his Instagram story, including a piece of fan art from BuzzLogic and another of Jackman with Kevin Feige. It should be noted that this is far from confirmation that Jackman is returning as Wolverine. However, it is odd that he would post Wolverine fan art yesterday and then post a picture of him with Feige today. Previously, Jackman said that if the X-Men were to be introduced in the MCU, he would continue playing Wolverine. When he made that comment back in 2017, it seemed unlikely that the X-Men would be involved in the MCU since the rights to the X-Men were still owned by Fox. Now that the mutants joining the MCU is a reality, Jackman's wish could come true if Disney wanted to hire him. Even though Disney is rebooting the X-Men characters, Jackman's return shouldn't be ruled out. Fans comparing a new actor to Jackman will be inevitable if Disney decides to recast his character. Hiring Jackman would not only prevent potential backlash, but it would also be a safe bet for the House of Mouse since Jackman's portrayal of Wolverine has been well received over the years. Marvel has even set themselves up with an easy way for Jackman to return, with Loki introducing the concept of the multiverse and alternate timelines. On the other hand, Logan had a proper send-off in 2017, so it may be better to cast a fresh face. Disney is still years away from implementing the superhero team into the MCU, so it could be quite a while before the studio announces who will play Wolverine this time around.
Okay, so that was the article read really fast. Okay, so what do I think about this? So basically, on his Instagram, he posted these pictures. That's from Boss Logic. This guy is very famous in the superhero artistic realm, so to speak, as an artist. So that's amazing, by the way. I mean, it looks super cool. He's all black for some reason. I don't care what the reason is, but looks amazing. And we have this picture, with Kevin Feige. Well, first, this picture with Kevin Feige is old. I'm pretty sure I've seen it a few years ago. And he's obviously younger here. I mean, everybody are freaking out that that is like taken now, but it's pretty clear to me that this is taken some years ago. And they're friends for a while. I think so. Then there's this speculation about Richard Donner passing, that he posted the post before he passed away, but Hugh Jackman could have known this, and he probably knew this before the public knew this, so there's that too. It looks very suspicious, the whole thing, so it might be, one, a coincidence, and two, maybe it's really happening. So that is the question here, whether or not it's really happening, or he is just, I don't know. I mean, he's a very nice guy, at least from what I know. So we can explain the posting of the art as like being supportive towards the artist. Uh, who knows? And then him posting a picture with Kevin Feige from years ago. I don't know. That's kind of not really sure about that. Now, that thing where the article mentioned Loki, uh, I mean, Loki is going to be connected to some extent, I think, to maybe Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man movie, because introduction of the multiverse, all those things. But other than that, guys, uh, Kevin Feige is making all of his creations, especially those that are in the TV universe, in such a way that even if you miss them, you can still watch the movies and understand what's happening. So I don't think that he's gonna connect them like in such a severe way, especially something that will start from Loki and then I don't know. It's a bit of a stretch to this point, and there was this Deadpool crossover, like Ryan Reynolds did something that was a while ago, so I don't remember what exactly it was, but something with Hugh Jackman, and then people said, wow, then Wolverine is in Deadpool, but he wasn't. So that looked like is very, very close to be true, and people even were sure that it was, but it turns out that it wasn't. So keep that in mind. And this is far less, um, yeah, potent, if I can use this word. This is just far less showing of what is happening here. So, oh, by the way, that's interesting. So Richard Donner, he did so many things. Exclusive producer of the 2000 Marvel Comics X-Men. He also has some comic books into his resume. I'm not gonna read what he did, but yeah, the point is that it's very hard to get what is actually happening here, but it is, of course, suspicious that we got this Instagram post of Kevin Feige and then this. I mean, I if I didn't know, I would say this is official because it looks so good, but that's because the artist is so good. Hi to dear Ivy Clayton in the chat, I forgot to say. So, yeah, guys, to me, this is just very out there. I personally would love to have Hugh Jackman as Wolverine because let's face it, actors, even in their older ages, let's say, can play the characters, just depends on the story, the context, it doesn't matter. They can make him look as before to a certain extent. He doesn't look like this now. He's very skinny. If you can look at his actual recent Instagram posts that are from right now, he looks just very skinny. So he lost a lot of muscle, overall weight, obviously. So he doesn't look like Wolverine or his old self anymore. That is not to say, of course, that he cannot gain back the muscle, but he also said that he doesn't want to go through the whole process of training and gaining muscle all over again. So, especially on his age, it's going to be a lot more difficult, even if he takes the necessary performance enhancements that a lot of actors do take, but they say that they don't. But we all know that they do, especially if you understand what is training. I watched John Campea actually what he said about this, and he was like, Hugh Jackman, said that he doesn't like to train 4 hours a day. Firstly, John, if you don't know, not that he's gonna ever watch my videos, but because I'm a trainer and a coach and all of those things that I am since I was very young, I would say that no actor is training 4 hours. They're just saying that. They're training a lot, don't get me wrong, but it's not 4 hours a day. No one can recover and not walk on four legs the next day if they're really training 4 hours a day. That's just not happening. I will never forget what Tobey Maguire said for Spider-Man, that he trained 6 hours a day. That is just stupid. I mean, no one is doing that. So yeah, they're just gonna kill themselves if that was true. No matter if they take something or not, you cannot train and not destroy your body nervous system and not have a tons of injuries and just be dead basically after a few days if you were to do that. Not only this, but you don't need that much of a training to create muscles. You only need the necessary stimulus to make the body be like, oh yeah, that is enough stimulus for me to make muscles. I mean, to basically trigger the muscle growth. That is not perfect way of putting it, but basically all the actors, and I've talked about this many, many times, are full of bullcrap when it comes to what they say that they eat and they do when they train. So it's everything um, for the general public to think that those physiques are not attainable and that if you want to get that, you have to kill yourself, which is just not the case. But it will take you a lot more than 6 months. That is the actual truth. It's just gonna take you a lot longer, and they're doing it with the necessary compounds a lot faster. That just yeah, and then they don't need to train that much when they take stuff to get results fast. So there's that too, and there's also of course nuclei, which are the muscle cells. So muscle memory comes into this. I don't want to talk about that. Talked about this a ton of times, but the point is that even if he doesn't want to return to the role, maybe Kevin Feige can put him in, and actually they can put him in general because there's gonna be multiverse scenario, so they can literally get whoever to be in the new Spider-Man. Even as maybe you've heard, there are so many rumors about Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, and we already know that J.K. Simmons is there. We knew that before we ever knew what Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man is gonna be about. No Way Home. So a lot of people are gonna be in this movie, and they can do whatever the heck they want. So maybe or maybe not, he can be in it and be like, "Hi, I'm Wolverine from another universe, the X-Men universe," but that's what we know. And in the movie, it's going to be under another context. Me personally, I love to see such thing realized on screen. It's gonna be great. I cannot see anybody else in the role. I just can't. There were so many proposals about other actors like Zac Efron. I'm like, what, Zac Efron? This little tiny guy, Zac Efron? Really? Really? He's so not Wolverine. I mean, Wolverine has to be a bit more. Uh, how to put this? Well, a bit more like manlier, rugged something. I don't know exactly how to describe his type. Usually Wolverine is very like short and stacked. There's that, and Hugh Jackman is not, but he just was so cool in the role. I never even, I never actually was like, oh, he's just so not suitable. Not, no, I mean, he's perfect. He's always been perfect for the role. But now, if they can get uh, Wolverine after his I don't know what year, they can still make Old Man Logan, let's say, and because it's from a different universe, they can take him from his timeline, bring him to the Spider-Man timeline, and still not break anything in his timeline. I mean, depending on how they do it, or just another version of Wolverine from Spider-Man's I don't know what timeline, although there's no mutants there. So maybe the mutants are going to come from the other timeline. There's a lot of ways to do this. But yeah, this is suspicious, very suspicious, but this is an old photo, very old photo. And yeah, we shouldn't be judging whatever could happen by this photo. This photo could just be a teaser for something that is actually happening or coming, okay? But it is an old photo. It's not something that is taken now. It's something that's taken years ago when he was younger. And you can see that even by the fullness of his face that he had before, and he still has the Wolverine style of beard here. So there's that. Let's look at the chat. Oh, welcome to the new guys that joined. DRL, hi to you. Hulk versus Wolverine, best movie. Ah, boy. Hi, Seth. Yeah, Wolverine died, but that doesn't matter. Like I said, because of the multi-universe possibilities, just doesn't matter at all what he did in the X-Men. And that can still be canon for that universe, and they can still do whatever they wanted with his character. The possibilities are infinite, like literally. um, in his 60s, well, he is 53 reality, but in the movie they can make him whatever, you know. They did age him up a lot for Old Man Logan. He didn't actually look that old. He still doesn't look that old the way that he was in Wolverine. Old Man Logan, sorry. 30 minutes of an hour a day. Well said. I'm not there to time them, but for sure they don't do not do 4 hours. Quick Google search finds this image dated 2017 already. Oh, thanks very much, Glida, for confirming my purely visual and what I remembered I mean, that I've seen already, this photo. But yeah, I totally can tell that it's old. And actually, Kevin Feige even looks younger, so there's that. Train for a few weeks for 2 hours a day, not good. Yeah, even 2 hours a day can drastically kill your nervous system, especially if you train heavy. It's just a matter of how you train, but training heavy for so long, there's the a law of diminishing returns. Basically, the point where you overtrain and you actually lose muscle. So there's a lot, a lot of things that they're just not telling. And if you don't know, if you're not educated on fitness, how the biology of human beings and how muscle is created, you know, to give the body a reason, and to what point that is effective and to what is not. If you're not educated on those things, which many people are still not, they can say whatever they want. And from one point, there was this meme about chicken, broccoli, and rice, because that is just ridiculous that they only eat that. Yeah, sure. You can eat a ton of other things and still achieve the same results as long as you get your macros and micros in the correct ratios for your body and for your goals. So there's that. Yeah, mature and grim. Yeah, Zac Efron, that's not it. Yeah, he looked the part. I don't think they're gonna de-age him. Usually de-aging nowadays is used just, I mean, for a briefer time. If there's not that many scenes and if it's not that long, then they can use that technology. I don't know how much money they're gonna spend on it, but most of the times that we've seen this is not for the longest time. It's usually for brief scenes. So they cannot replace the whole presence in the movie with a de-aged Wolverine. Unless he is really for a very short cameo in the movie, then they can do whatever they want. Um, well, no, it's not this. I mean, that's kind of the point, and hi to A. Walters, that they can do whatever the heck they want. They can say that this Wolverine is taken from the Fox universe, whatever way they are going to call it, if they choose to do that. Or they can just say that he is from somewhere. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, literally, they can keep the canon of the X-Men universe and still take Wolverine, and he can be actually different Wolverine than the one from X-Men, but still look like Hugh Jackman and be played by him. So, infinite possibilities, like I've said. Background noise. I don't know. There's not supposed to be any background noise, actually. It's quiet around me. Michael, hi to you. Jean Grey with Leslie Jones, and she's gonna kiss. Hugh. Hi to you, Scottic. Hi to you. Hey, MK, hi to you. So perhaps Multiverse Wolverine from X-Men movies, or could be MCU Universe Wolverine, exactly. Uh, I'm, I mean, by the logic that I just tried to explain, I guess that maybe it's going to be MCU Wolverine, but taken from another universe, if that makes sense. Because this is going to be the first time that we are going to see Wolverine in the MCU in general. If this happens, if this is actually happening, because we don't know. We don't know. This is, I mean, what happened with those Instagram posts could be just a coincidence. It doesn't seem like it because literally, if reposting the art could be like saying, "Okay, this is a great art. I support it. Boss Logic, bravo to you. You're amazing." But then after that, posting this picture of Kevin Feige from 2017, it's a bit suspicious. It's really confusing, guys. But as the Deadpool, the Deadpool Ryan Reynolds Hugh Jackman thing that happened uh, taught us, nothing is for sure at all. So until this thing is confirmed, we don't know anything. The other variant could be we're just sitting in the theater, let's say, watching the new Spider-Man, let's say, and we just see Wolverine all of a sudden on the screen, Hugh Jackman playing them, and we are like, that's gonna be just such an awesome surprise. I'm sure this movie hides a ton of surprises because by the looks of it, I mean by what I know about the movie, this Spider-Man movie basically is going to set a lot of things to come for the next phase of Marvel. Like so many things that could go wrong or just like change or you know get into each other somehow. I don't know what what exactly um, I meant there. I mean to intertwine. I mean something could be mixed with something else. Gonna be so interesting. Like even if you think about where the heck are Scarlet Witch's kids? Probably in another universe. So everything is connected, but I don't think that the way that this article presented it, they're gonna take what they're doing in Loki and just paste it into, Spider-Man No Way Home. I just think that whatever's happening in Loki is directly or indirectly connected to the whole idea of other variants of other characters, let's say. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Kevin Feige is making the shows in a way that you don't actually need to see them to make connections if you only see the movies. So that's pretty important. But I also heard that whatever is happening in Loki compared to the other shows is going to be like, the most how is the word for that? I mean, yeah, the most expressed in the movies in a way, something from Loki. It's probably the timeline, which we still have no idea what of the timeline thing is fully true and what it isn't. We have 2 episodes to find that out. If you watch Loki, it's really good. And the Doctor Strange movie, Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, I mean, in Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, a lot of things are gonna go down. That's the truth. Did Jean Grey ever love Wolverine, or was she just playing him, or was she just for Cyclops? Well, as far as I remember, I think that she did love him. Reading your comments now, guys, if you haven't noticed. So, yeah, MK, yeah, like a new version, sorry, I'm thinking about Vision for some reason. Universe, version, I mean, they could pull him from the other universe we know him from, but that would probably not make sense. Similar to Spider-Verse taking from other universes. Uh, they can pull him from other universe and still make sense depending on what time they're pulling him from and whether or not if he returns to that time no changes are actually made in a way the same way how the Avengers return all the Infinity Stones from the exact moments and timelines that they found them in. I mean, Captain America doing that because you're not actually changing. I mean, you're keeping one timeline like safe, but in the same time, you're not changing your future, uh, but you're creating like a different branch if you don't return the stones. In this case, the stones. So that's why they return them. It's getting a bit confusing at times when it comes to time travel and how Marvel explained it, especially the Hulk, how he explained Professor Hulk, in the movie, and he was talking with War Machine too, and I'm like, what? I never heard of time travel explained this way, so that was like a bit, my brain. Okay, yeah, guess we see what happens. Would be cool to see him back. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Yeah, Marvel Phase, what now? 4? Yes, 4. By the way, are you going to see Black Widow in theaters or at home? I'm gonna see it at home. If something doesn't change, I'm gonna see it at home. Okay, MK. True, could be a Ben Affleck Batman situation where he'll be in the Flash movie, but not as Batman, from what I've read. He can be there as Bruce Wayne, but still another version of Batman, and uh, we have the other version of Batman too. Uh, damn it. I don't know what is happening with me and names today, but you know what I mean. We're going to have, yeah, Michael Keaton's Batman, and if we have Ben Affleck's Batman, he's supposed to be there too. There's still, well, actually, we don't know what the Flash is going to do. I mean, if he is going to really go back in time and create a flashpoint, reset everything, and see how those Batmans are gonna be if he changes something. I don't know. We'll see. That is another universe, DC universe, and the I mean how things work there. Totally not how things work in Marvel. So we'll see what they are planning for this. So I didn't read that. Didn't finish reading that. Sorry. So Jackman could be Wolverine or Logan without going all clone mode. I don't want to see that. I don't think that they're going to bring Hugh Jackman and be like, okay, you're playing Wolverine, but you're not bringing your powers out. That just doesn't make any sense. Just a regular guy, why even bother? If you're not going to do it properly, why do it and disappoint everybody? That's gonna be worse than not seeing him at all. So yeah, either do it right, and I don't think that Kevin Feige is one of these guys that wants to just sorry, just how's the expression? Like, leave half of his cards on the table. There's actually not equivalent in English that I can think, but yeah, do a half-ass job. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yes. Okay. Oh, it's 93 Fahrenheit. I'm not sure what is that, but it's probably 37, 35 degrees. I'm not sure. Yeah, with me is 30 something as well, so I'm melting as always. Okay, set. Endgame was the last Marvel movie. What do you mean? It's just the end of the phase. But definitely not last. There's a lot more stories to tell. The comics are endless. Sorry, basically, it's getting late. I'm getting uh, yeah, tired here talking. Second stream. Said Homecoming, Far From Home, and Going Home. No Way Home. No Way Home. Yeah. Psychotic. I hate Loki. It has horrible writing. Really? A lot of people, I mean, I was under the impression that a lot of people love Loki, especially if you watch John Campion's show. At least his viewers love it. I personally really like it. I don't like everything about it, but like overall, I like it. The one thing that I really, really, really don't like is the fact that Loki is not a god in any sense of the word. He's a laughing stock. Anybody can slap him, like bitch slap him. It's ridiculous. So, in the first Avengers movie, they're all, and I did mention this the other day, they all like gather to defeat him. And of course, the Chitauri, the army of Thanos, okay. But Loki is the great villain, and now in his own show, he is kicked in the nuts, well, by Sid, but still. Um, Regular people are fighting him and throwing him out of a train. How is that godly? What part of him is a god? He basically has a few tricks and that's it. Okay, he has like telekinesis that came out of nowhere. He was able to push a huge building, um, preventing it from falling on him and Sylvie. That's great. I would like to see more of that. But besides that, everybody can kick his ass. Like, okay, in the TVA, he has no powers. Fine, uh, that could be something that you would say, okay, those are the rules there. But all other places he has his magic. But compare that to what Scarlet Witch can do, and she is not a goddess. I mean, she doesn't have this definition to her. And she is so much more strong. She can literally create another reality if she wishes. So I don't get how he is a god. What exactly makes him a god? Like, what? So that is what I don't like about the show, because he is reduced to a regular humanoid with some illusions, not even such of a, well, he does have, let's say, some, you can say, like when they fought with Sylvie and he was just appearing behind her back, okay? But mostly everything that he does is not even that tangible. So for me, this is a huge bummer. Other than that, I like the overall story when where this maybe is going, the mystery of it. But when you say someone is a god and you repeat that constantly, he's like, I'm a god, I'm a god. How? How? Exactly. Because I kind of feel like if I have any dagger, I can just stab him. He's gonna be dead. And the planet, falling on them both, Sylvie and Loki, and they're gonna die from that. No god is gonna die from a bunch of rebel falling on their heads ever. So there's that too. No matter how strong is the impact, absolutely ridiculous. And Thor was able to withstand the blast of a star, you know, in the previous movie. But Loki, he's just getting bitch slapped. Okay, let's see what your guys are saying still. Flash explained it well. There could be a universe where the Nazis win the war, one where aliens rule the earth, one where there are elves and fairies, etc. I mean, yeah, I'm familiar with how they are presenting the different universes in DC in general. They show that in Arrow, or more accurately, they show that in the crossover, the last one that I watched, and then just zoom out of these DC shows because the quality just went down the drain. That was years ago, but this is the last thing that I watched because the Supermans, and they were very downgraded as well. Another topic, but yeah, I get this is idea of multiverses is just different. Okay. Well, Chris Evans played both Captain America and Human Torch. Yes, it, and now we also have two other actresses that were already in the other movies and they're gonna play again. But they look so different, you can't tell. If I didn't know, I wouldn't tell, probably. What is that name? What is that actress from? She was in Captain Marvel, and now she is in Eternals. And there was one more actress that also had another role like this. So, and the other thing is, Chris Evans was a lot younger when he played Human Torch, and then with Captain America, you don't really make the connection visually. At least I don't. Not that he changed that much, but it's just how he carries himself, the costumes, his whole posture as Captain America, all of that. His ability to transform into that character is just so different. So yeah, But I don't think that with such a emblematic persona character like Wolverine, that they're going to just put Hugh Jackman and play another character. That doesn't seem right. It's not the same thing, I don't think, because the Human Torch and the Fantastic Four, that was not a part of Marvel's canon. There were two movies that, I did liked a lot because I was a kid and those movies were like a candy bonbons to me. They were just awesome. Uh, but the scale, the importance of those movies cannot even come close to what we have now. So I don't think that's possible with a huge character as Wolverine and the other characters, yes, and actors, actresses that I mentioned, they also play characters that I don't even remember seeing in the movies. I literally have to go back, see Captain Marvel, and see where this actress played this Kree character. Like, I would never remember that. And she was like purple or blue, or I don't remember what exactly, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, that's what I mean, that it doesn't really matter where it's such a character that you don't even like remember who or what where was. Why? Okay. So MK, true, they can do that. I mean, I guess for newer fans, they can just make it easier this way. They don't have this confusing, yeah, explanation with the stones and such. Know what I mean? Yeah. As long as it makes sense overall. Yeah, Flash. Yeah, he can go back in time. He saved everyone in the Snyder Cut. Let's not forget that. He just went back and reversed everything, literally, which was so cool. One of the best things I ever seen in any movie, basically. And not bad CG claws like in Origins Wolverine. I know that a lot of people say this, but I don't remember being bad. I have to go and see that. I just don't remember if CGI was bad on the claws then. Maybe. It's 30 Celsius. Oh, you're lucky. I'm pretty sure I'm like 35 here. Celsius. Yeah, I'm so tired. Okay. Oh, Endgame is the end of that phase. Yes. Oh, No Way Home. Yes. Oh, yeah, for sure. This is multiverse is more linear. Like Crisis on Infinite Earths. I like how there's numbered Earths. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And portals to other universes. Marvel, it will be a magic based apparently. Magic based. Yeah, you can say that to some point. Oh, dear Kaitan, I don't know now to this point of the comments. They stuck up what you were referring to, but um, okay, you're going to tell me later. Well, he's the god of mischief, not really superhuman strength. It doesn't matter, and that's also dumb. I mean, who made him the god of mischief? What the heck? I mean, who needs that first? Second, only humans, as far as I remember, only humans believe that the Asgardians were gods in the first place. They were not actually gods, and that was somewhere explained, I'm pretty sure, that the Asgardians, because they live for thousands of years and they have tougher physiology than humans, then they have magic, that compared to humans look like they're gods in ancient times, and that is where all the myths and legends about Thor, Loki, Odin came about in the first place, and people call them gods, and that is how they stayed in the myths and legends. But that doesn't mean that they're actual gods, uh, and the meaning that this implies, it's nowhere to be found, at least. I mean, okay, Odin, he's one of the most powerful beings, and Thor, then Loki, I'm not sure in the comic books how powerful he is there. But when you call someone a god, he cannot have one or two or three even abilities. He has to have more abilities. He can have like a few that are more characteristic to him, but gods usually should be able to create, destroy in a scale that we cannot even imagine, should be able to control all kinds of elements, and all of those things. I mean, that is literally what a god is. It's just not. They can. I mean, they can specialize at something. The ancient mythological gods, especially like Poseidon, the water. Okay, but that doesn't mean that they don't have other powers of creation. They should have something like that, and they, of course, should be immortal. You know. And Loki is like, bit slap. Ridiculous. He should have super strength as well, like all super beings have. I mean, when you talk about someone like Spider Man, Captain America, they're going to be different because of how they are getting their super strength. You know, one is serum, the other is spider bite. That's totally different. But when there's gods, well, when we're talking about gods, they should have like unimaginable strength by default just because they're gods, you know? But that is not the case. So I feel like the term god these days is just abused to this point, but it's not getting into the definition anywhere close. Actually, even Thor is not immortal because he just lives thousands of years. And Odin got old and basically died, so that too. It's a bit ridiculous. Okay. Oh, yes, exactly. Sorry. MK says, yeah, some franchises gods seem weaker than others, like God of War. He beats these gens of gods, then gets his ass kicked in the last god game, you know? God of War game. Well, it's a very long topic about God of War and the last game. And the myth about this guy Boulder that couldn't die because his mom did the curse. It's a long story. Anyway, but he is a very strong guy. I mean, his father is Zeus at least. But again, he's not as powerful as he should be, logically. Um, do I like Chucky? Where is that question coming from? What is Chucky has to do with anything? But no, I don't like Chucky. Freaks me out. It's not interesting to me. Give me something else. I don't care about horror. I mean, those, those especially. Just don't talk to me about those. I can go watch Halloween, which I plan to do, so I can see the sequel. But that's more interesting than those. Just those. No, those I cannot. I cannot. Okay. Ivy says, "I'm good. There, I'm God. Therefore, I will need to help you out of you drink real what? Why cannot read today? I need to help you out of you drink real quick and run away before you react is good to be God. Yeah, and he also can get drunk from alcohol, which is ridiculous. He should be able to like drink forever and not get drunk. Or at least if he drinks from Asgard, okay, he can, let's say, get yeah, get sick, get drunk from that because it's Asgardian, but he got drunk from like a regular, we are supposing alcohol from that other planet. So there's that too. Chris Evans is Cap. Yeah, Fan Stick. Yeah, the bad years of superhero movies like Daredevil. I actually like Daredevil a lot, but once again, I was a kid, so I love it. I love it as a kid. Now I probably be like, oh no, Electra don't die, but and oh no, why is not Ben Affleck more buff and not hairy in that movie? But that's just me. Okay, Asgard is magic and science. I know, I'm aware of this, but we don't actually ever see science for that point. I mean, uh, we only see the magic. Where is the freaking science exactly? Everything looks like it works like this, and nothing makes sense. I just don't remember anything that's connected to science. Basically, maybe there is something somewhere. I've seen so many movies to this point, and I don't remember anything science. I do remember this talk with Jane Foster in the first movie when he was trying to explain, oh, you're just thinking wrong because, magic is just science. But that was never really fully developed. It was just like put out there so we know, but yeah, that was what I remember. Doctor Strange magic seems way different, more powerful than Asgard's magic with the crazy stuff he can do. Well, what to tell ya? So the way that the magic manifests is different. He has to cast the spells in order to create anything. I mean, to make something happen. Where Thor and let's say Hela, they can just do it. You know, they don't need to cast the spells themselves. There was another otherworldly Iron Man, I think, where he was actually Doctor Strange. I mean, he was not Doctor Strange. He was um, the Sorcerer Supreme. So he was very smart. He created the incantations in the armor, so the armor was just producing them automatically. He didn't have to do them uh, manually, so to speak. So that was very clever. So magic is magic, but the way that you manifest it is the difference here. And then there is the magic of Scarlet Witch, which is chaos magic, and she's an Nexus beam, and that's another type of magic that comes from a particular entity. Forget his name right now, but he is extremely powerful. So all that she can do is what this guy to an extent that he can do. Not exactly because he's obviously knowledgeable about his own magic and she is still tapping into that and doesn't know where she's at and she is still learning. But in general, her magic is different from all other magic and I think it's stronger, but don't quote me on that. I think it's one of the most, the chaos magic is one of the most, if not the most stronger magic in Marvel. Once again, don't quote me on that, I'm not really sure. Comics are just endless, so I will need my colleague Kirill here from Superheroes Bulgaria to, so I can confer with him and he can correct me if needed. But yeah, just about how it manifests and the source of the magic. The source. I am not sure what the heck is the source of Thor's magic. It's not the hammer because it comes from him, from his nature. So what the heck is it? But it's certainly not chaos magic. I don't think so. Okay, reading really quickly what else you can say, guys, because I really have to go. You can be random, okay? Just curious if you like horror. I like some types of horror. Doesn't mean I like uh, uh, dolls, freaking dolls. Just not freaking dolls. I mean, horror for me is overall really, really unnecessarily stressful. If there's some kind of a mystery behind it, I will love to see that. But if there's just mindless cutting off limbs like Saw, I mean, there's mystery behind there as well, okay. But like, I feel it's unnecessary, disgusting gore. I mean, I just need more substance, like The Ring. I really loved The Ring because it was extremely interesting. The mystery behind the girl on the tape and so creepy. I can never forget that movie. Jesus. But yeah, if there's no like substance, something really, really interesting behind it, I don't. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing appealing there for me, basically. And I prefer to save myself the stress. I love Michael Myers and Chucky, but those freak people out, of course. It's okay you don't like those. I like action figures, but that has nothing to do with the horror movies. I'm just saying. I played with action figures uh, in general. I mean, one of my first action figures are Venom, Iron Man, Hercules from the show because I didn't know who Xena was back then. And yeah, I still have those action figures. I never liked any dolls, for that matter. Girly things. I only play with male toys. And cars. I love playing with cars too. Legos, everything that's like a male toy, swords, shields, guns, automatic weapons. That were my toys. And now I have my DC collection staring at me right there on the shelf of all the collectibles that I was able to get. Ah, with the godly powers. Okay, yeah, I get it. Okay, A. Walters, I'm really mad that they screwed up the Netflix MCU. Ah, oh, that's another topic, yeah. There should have been a shared universe. Same goes for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, Kevin Feige was like in a huge, well, not only argument, but not a very good relationship with the guy that created Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and he didn't want to have anything like a connection there. I mean, he didn't want anything to do with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and then he did like some of the Netflix shows, I think Jessica Jones and Daredevil. And there is a rumor that they might be connected eventually in coming, but only rumors, guys. We'll see. I like the shows for the most part. I mean, especially last season of Daredevil, first season and last season, as far as I remember, were the best. I really liked those. Jessica Jones' first season was brilliant. I really loved it. Last one, not that much, as far as I remember, but I did like how it ended. I mean, yeah, there was potential there. But Iron Fist and what was the other show? Damn it, this guy's name escapes you right now. You know who I'm talking about. I mean, those two guys' shows, especially Iron Fist, was laughable. Just so many takes were absolutely ridiculous. Couldn't believe what I'm seeing. So they were bad, but Jessica Jones and Daredevil were good. Doctor Strange is a magician. He is a sorcerer, but okay. It's a magician, but you cannot say magician. I mean, you can call magician somebody that's literally making illusions on stage, but he's a real sorcerer, so that's why sorcerer is more accurate to what he can do. MK, it's funny how Superman and Flash can get drunk. Well, maybe with kryptonite and Flash, if modified alcohol. Um, Maybe, yeah. I mean, Superman, if he gets a particular type of kryptonite that the comic book writers just come up with out of their butts. Like in Smallville, there were so many different types of kryptonite in that show. It was ridiculous. So if they can come up with something like this and put it into his drink or just make an alcohol from it, yeah, then he can get drunk. And Flash has super fast metabolism, so uh, there has to be, I don't know what kind of an alcohol, but very, 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 very strong, I guess. In some kind of a way that's gonna affect him, actually. Uh, I thought AOC was canon to the MCU movies, though. AOC. What is AOC? Damn it, with this abbreviation sometimes. Okay, let me know. And it's too late, so cannot think anymore. Yeah, Loki can get drunk. Yes. Oh dear, Loki. As a matter of fact, I can't list this box for you. You will have to go and find help outdoors and prepare to be robbed blind by yours truly. I can imagine that. Ah, you weren't sure? Scarlet Witch's power just looked badass. Yeah. And she was so well developed in the show. It's just amazing. It's still my favorite show out of all the MCU shows. You know, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Loki, and Scarlet Witch. Loki is close second though. Mm, change things by the screen space season plus in Loki they still consider a collusion. Coulson, oh Coulson dead. Oh yeah, that's right. They didn't show Loki that Coulson was actually alive. Ah, you mean Agents of Shields is iOS. Ah, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's not anymore. But yeah, they didn't show that he did not kill Coulson. They just showed that he killed Coulson and they ended at that. I was expecting to show him that he's alive, but they never did that. Can you imagine if Gary walked into a dark room and saw a Chucky doll on the floor? Wonder what she would do. I have a Chucky doll. Lies. My mom doesn't like it. MK, what I will do? I'm just gonna probably walk off because I knew that's gonna be a prank, you know? Oh no, I'm just gonna look at it and walk off. Not gonna freak out. That's it. The best scenario is to just walk away and never pay it any attention. I think that's your best like course of action. Just pretend you never see it. You never seen it. Just walk out. He-Man. Wow. He-Man. Never watched that show. Oh yeah, I lost track of some of what. Yeah, some of that stuff makes sense. Thanks. I stopped watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. years ago since the Ghost Rider season. Oh yeah, I stopped there too. I stopped there. I have no idea what happened after that. Masters of the Universe. Yeah, never seen that. Yeah, I have a friend who thinks action figures and those are the same thing. I'm like, no, those don't have much articulation or the levels of detail that action figures like Nika have. What the heck is Nika? A character from He-Man. Well, yeah, there's like a ton of differences between those and action figures. A ton. And those are in totally different scale, shape of the face, different plastic. There's so many things that are different. It's just insane. They kill Superman, really? Yeah, right, kill Superman. I'm not sure what are you referring to. Okay. You all told me before I figured it out, but I just reading it. WandaVision, yes. He will be your friend to the end. Yeah, sure. Okay, guys, I really have to go. I did plan a Total Warhammer stream. That is too late now, so I'm gonna just do it earlier tomorrow. Hopefully, actually tomorrow I'm busy. We'll see, guys. But it's not gonna be wise for me to do it now, so we're gonna leave it for uh, as early as possible. As early as possible. Let's just leave it at that. But you're gonna see it anyway. With that being said, guys, thank you very much for watching. Check the links down below if you'd like to support me. I am gathering money for a new PC for next year. Hopefully the prices are normal. So whatever you decide, and of course OnlyFans for my meaningful sex educational content. I already have like 70 videos there. I'm not sure. So much content there already. But thank you guys. Anyway, I hope that you had fun because this was very fun for me. We'll see what's gonna happen. Wolverine or not Wolverine. I'm pretty sure that Kevin Feige has something mind-blowing in store for us. And I cannot wait to see it. So Spider-Man No Way Home trailer could come actually very soon. And Black Widow on Friday or on Saturday, whenever I can see it. I'm gonna see it, review it. And yeah, hopefully I'm gonna like it, guys. Hopefully you like it too. I mean, who wants to not like a movie, you know? So there's that. Thanks, A Waters. Oh, not a PO box, just Patreon, whatever you can donate. I mean, I'm just gonna put all the money that I can gather towards a new PC, and yeah, I really need that. There's 91 videos at my OnlyFans. Wow, thanks for letting me know. So wow, I outdid myself, I guess. Well, I am doing 2 videos a week, so there's that. Whew. Okay, guys, have a great new week. And Loki's actually tomorrow, so I can't wait to see it tomorrow, my time. Bye, guys. See you next time with me. Get your reviews, kisses, and hugs as always.